What's up, guys? We're back with another video. If you are new here, my name is Sammy and we are the Mermaid Gang. This is where you can come suspend your disbelief. I am your favorite manifestation coach and your favorite YouTuber with the best backgrounds. So, if you would like for me to help you dissolve whatever's between you and your manifestation, go ahead and sign up for coaching with me below. I also have a membership. We are already halfway through February. To be honest, if you want to join, I would maybe join March 1st. We may extend the challenge that we're currently doing. We're currently doing the because challenge where you have an affirmation, then you say because this to give your mind the answer that it's going to be searching for when you're trying to introduce a new idea. If you'd like to join that challenge, you can join my membership right now. The link is in the description, or I may have a join button on my channel. I don't know. I think it depends on like what you're on. If you're on a phone or something like that, I don't know how that works. But if you'd like to wait, because we are so far into February and so far into this challenge, you can, but I don't delete any videos. If you join the besties tier, all the Q&As are there. Nothing gets deleted. The challenge intro videos do not get deleted. The written instructions do not get, everything stays, okay? So even if you join now, you'd still be able to go look and see what you need to do. Okay. But remember, the Q&As are only for the besties tier. Every once in a while, I do throw in an extra video that's just for members, like random. Like for the beginning of February, I threw in a video for making vision boards and how to make them work. So if you like to see that, you can join the membership. I think you can just join the cheapest one for that one. I don't think I did it for just besties. I'm pretty sure I did it for the whole membership. Anyway, before the video starts people get in here, let's get into the video. I want to talk about why you're stuck. Why you're stuck in a loop. Why or how you can get unstuck from that loop that you're in, and probably why you're in it. So what I mean by that, like a negative loop, like you're trying to manifest something and every time something doesn't work fast enough, you switch to another method, or you switch your affirmations, or you try something new. And this video was inspired by a question asked by a member, because today I had to film today I filmed the Q&A for my members, and I was inspired to make this video basically because I know it's actually very common what this member was going through. So basically it's like, okay, so I don't know why it won't work. I'm doing this, and then this isn't, and I'm also trying this, and then that didn't work, so I tried this, and then so I tried this, and then this affirmation, and this affirmation, and I'm trying all these things. You're trying so many things to try to make it work. And you're not being consistent, one, in any of them. And two, you're not being consistent in the most important thing. So 2 topics that we're going to talk about today are getting out of the loop and what the actual key is. Because I truly think this stems from, because you guys know, you've heard me say it a million times, that I was also a victim to the endless videos of, this is the key to manifestation. This is the key to manifestation. This is the key. Click on this video to unlock the real key to manifestation. Watching this video will get you your manifestation because this is the key. You know what I mean? Key. Everybody's got a fucking key, right? Okay. Well, you're the key. There are 2 keys to manifestation. 2 keys. One key is the universal key, right? Meaning it works for everyone. It is the way the law works. So the universal key, in which applies to everyone, is that you must think as the person that has the thing you want, right? We know that. Our thoughts are what select realities. The second key is your personal key. So you have the universal key, and then you have your personal key. The personal key is the key that works for you based on your assumptions. So when you get addicted to these videos, right? Because everybody has the key. And so that has basically programmed you to be on a constant search for the key. The only key is you. So, like, take this member, for example. They were trying every single thing they could think of to get it to work. But the reason why it wasn't working is because they put themselves in a state of constantly searching for the key to make it work. But the whole time, all they had to do was be diligent in the one thing that works, which is thinking as if you have the thing you want. But instead, they tried affirming, then they tried different affirmations, then they tried revision, then they tried, and I notice people do this all the time. They're like, I don't know why it's not working. I'm doing everything. That's the problem. You're trying everything. So what you're doing is you're telling your subconscious, you're telling your mind, nothing is working. Let me try something else. And you get in a loop, in a state of nothing works, try something else. That's the state you end up in. And in that state, it can never work because nothing works, try something else. That is a state. So what you have to do is, actually, there's two things you can do. You can, one, program yourself. I mentioned this also, side note, I mentioned this in my members only video today, that I'm going to try to also reference ourselves as programs, because our subconscious is basically a program. And I think that might help some people that are logical and scientific minded. So basically, affirming, programming yourself, it's the same thing. Whether you think of manifestation as spiritual or scientific, it's both. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to program yourself or affirm, condition your mind with everything works for me. Everything works for me. Everything I do works for me. That way, any key unlocks your door, okay? Everything is a key for you if that's the case. Because at the end of the day, everything is an assumption. Everything is manifestation. Everything is malleable. Everything is changeable. Everything's a state. There is nothing solid or permanent. You can change anything to work for you. You can make anything work for you because it's your selection. You're selecting your own experiences with your thoughts. So if you start thinking as the person that literally everything works for, then no matter what method you use, it's going to work, rather than your current predicament, which is nothing works for me. So we're switching from nothing works for me to everything works for me. So if I say that eating pizza brings my manifestation, then that's what it's going to be, because everything works for me. If I decide that affirming works for me, that's what's going to work. Visualization, scripting, vision boards, Pinterest boards, doesn't matter. It's going to work because everything works for me. No matter what I do, everything works for me. In my opinion, affirming is the easiest. Thinking as if you have what you want is the easiest and most normal method we already use. This is why I don't understand people who complain about affirming. You already do that. Affirming is just thinking. You think all day long. That's the most natural, normal thing that you do all the time. So the only work to be done is to change the things you're thinking. You're already thinking. What's the problem? Unless you don't think, and I'm convinced some of you don't. Be nice. Let's be nice. Okay. Anyway, you're going to think from the state, you're going to create the assumption that everything works for you. Nothing works for me, everything works for me. This is where we want to be. Friends, we need to refresh, because I feel like I have to say this in every video, because for some reason, if I say the word states, everybody goes, Sammy doesn't believe in affirming anymore. She believes in manifesting using states. States is not a method. You can't use states to manifest. You manifest yourself into a state. You can't use states to manifest. A state is a location. Affirmations are the car. Methods are the car. Okay? Let's be clear. A state is a location. So, this location is nothing works. This location is everything works. How do we get from here, this island of nothing works, to this island of everything works? We're going to use the affirmation boat, and we're going to get on the boat by saying our affirmations and work our way over here to everything works. The boat is the affirmation. Okay? So affirmation boat, his name is Everything Works. And Everything Works is taking us to Everything Works Island, which is the state. Okay? Everything works for me. 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 Voila. We're here. We're at the state of everything works. We're in a state of everything works. So now every time you try to manifest anything, it's going to work. No matter what method you use, it's going to work because you have programmed yourself. You have selected the experience. You have selected the state where everything works for you. I don't think I can get any more clear than that. Another thing you can do is be consistent with a method. What method do you have experience working for you? So, have you experienced affirmations working for you? Perfect. Love it. So, use affirmations and be diligent in affirming that your SP wants to be with you or whatever it is that you're manifesting. We're going to stick to SPs because it's the month of love. It is February. So our examples are going to be SP. So you're trying to manifest an SP, right? You are trying everything and nothing's working because you're in nothing fucking works state. So what you're going to do is be consistent with the one thing that you know manifests. You know, if you think as if you have the thing you want, it is going to become true. You're going to enter that state. You are going to select that experience, right? So knowing that, there's nothing else you need to try. Because at the end of the day, all the other keys are just bullshit methods that people have come up with or heard about or read about. But at the end of the day, you know, my thoughts select my reality. My thoughts select my experience. So if I will be diligent in thinking as if I have the thing I want, I will get that thing. It will become my experience. That will be the state that I dwell in. Okay? Stop changing your affirmations. Stop looking for another method. This is where discipline comes in. You have to choose to be consistent. Everything really functions from consistency. Creating a new belief system, selecting a state, all of that is consistency. So you have to choose to be consistent in the thing that you know works. Instead of trying something for 5 minutes, quitting, deciding it doesn't work, and looking for another way. Because a lot of you do that because you're impatient and you have no discipline. This is where I'm going to be mean, Sammy, for a second, but it's mean out of love. Some of you lack the discipline, and that is why you do not have the things you want. It is no one else's fault. It is not the method's fault. It is not the law of failing. It is you, because you are the key. You are the key. You are the only thing in this universe that determines whether you get something or whether you don't. Now, both situations, both scenarios are your manifestation. Whether you get the SP or whether you don't get the SP, you manifested both outcomes. If you don't get your SP, you manifested that outcome. It is on you. And I think we're in a very, 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 very strong epidemic of not taking self-accountability when it comes to the way your life goes, the way things happen for you. We're in a very, it's trendy to be a victim to circumstance, to other people, you're not. Your entire reality is a collection of your inner world. It is just a projection. Everything in your reality you are selecting by your thoughts, the way you react to things, the way you think of things, the things you complain about. It is your responsibility and yours only to get the thing you want. You are the only one that can stop yourself. No one can stop you from having anything in this world. Only you. And the only way another person has the power to do so is if you give it to them. By thinking that someone else can stop you. Thinking that anyone else has authority over your world is you giving your power away. So, you have to take self-accountability. And you have to say, okay, I know that if I will think as if I have the thing I want. Now, you've seen thousands of other people do this. But for some reason, you get impatient and you quit. No one can stop you from quitting. No one can force you to be consistent. But you have to understand that if you are not going to be disciplined and consistent, then you can't be mad that you don't get the thing you want. You don't get to bitch about it because it's your fault. So, if you want to manifest your SP, you have to think as if that person wants to be with you. You have to think as if you are the version of yourself that is in a relationship with them. You have to think as if you're the person they're in love with. Whatever it is specifically that you're manifesting from this person, the experience you want with this person, you have to be diligent. You have to choose your affirmation, stick to that affirmation, be consistent, and deny anything that says you don't have it. Anything that says it's not true, even if it's their behavior, even if it's outside voices, even if it's someone that doesn't believe in manifestation and they're putting doubts in your head about manifestation, it doesn't matter. You have to deny everything that says you don't or can't have the thing that you want. The only way those things can stop you from getting the thing you want is if you allow it. Everything is on you. Everything is your responsibility. Everything is it's on you. So if you don't have the relationship, if the person doesn't want to be with you, if you can't get it manifested, you keep trying new things, nothing works, it's because you're manifesting that experience. Like I said, you have two options. You can either, one, manifest, condition yourself, program yourself with everything works. Everything works for me. Everything works for me. Or you can choose to be consistent and affirm until it manifests. People give up before it manifests and they're like, oh, it didn't work. Yeah, of course it didn't. You quit. You decided it didn't work, and right then you entered a state of it did not work. Or really, you're keeping yourself in your current state, the current unwanted state. Why? Why are you doing that? If you want something, affirm for it and get it. Do you know how easy that is? All you have to do is think. All you have to do is mentally pretend that you have something that you want and it will become true if you'll just stick to it. Not doing the thing that you need to do in order to manifest is pure laziness. Affirm it. Experience it. Yes, sometimes it may take a little longer because you may have some things to work through mentally. And it may take you a little longer, a little more repetition because you have so many contradicting thoughts or you have a lot of resistance to it. So you just need to affirm a little more, condition a little more, create a good self-concept for yourself that says that you're someone who gets the things that you want. You are someone that everything works for. Whatever you got to do, just do it. It's all mental work. Just do it. Or don't. And don't complain. You're the only key. Everybody's key can be different. Like I said before, maybe your key is affirming, or maybe I had another member that said their thing is rampaging. They got better results from rampaging. But the problem is viewers wanting to pick up everybody else's key instead of using their own. But if you've had something that has worked for you, persist in it and it will continue to work. Stop trying to pick up everybody else's key. Stop searching for information. You have all the information you need. You have all the power you need. And you're the only one who knows what your key is. You're the only one who can decide what your key is. You can decide that affirming is what works for you. You can decide that eating pizza is what works for you. You can decide that a vision board or a Pinterest board or anything. You are the center. You are the control panel. You are the program that runs everything. You are the only one that can create or select anything for yourself. You are the key. You don't need to keep searching. I know that all of us have been through all the videos of this is the key and this is the key, but it's no one else has your key. You are your own key. So, those are the two ways that you can get unstuck, get out of that loop of nothing works. So, yeah, that's how you get out of the loop. That is the key, the only key. The two keys of manifestation are the universal key that you have to think as the person that has the thing you want, and your own key, which is your method. So whatever method that you know or think would work for you is what's going to work for you. Or you can decide it all works for you. You're the key, okay? You're the key. That's it. That's how you get out of the loop. You have two ways to get out of the loop. Everything works, or be consistent. Well, you got to be consistent regardless. Even if you're manifesting the state of everything works, you still have to be consistent in that. So if you were to try to manifest that everything works for you, but then you quit and then you try something, you're still going to be in the same freaking loop. So be consistent. Discipline yourself and you will get the thing you want. And the thing is, the more you experience successful manifestation, the easier it's going to be, because you'll then be building this strong assumption that you don't even have to work for, that you're good at manifesting, which then makes everything else so much easier. And then you don't even have to affirm as much or work as hard as it feels right now. But in the beginning, you have to discipline yourself. You have to discipline yourself to get to the point of your successful manifestation and building the faith in the law and building the faith in the fact that you are the only key. You are the only thing that has control over your reality. And I understand the resistance, because as a society, we have been brainwashed to believe that we are weak, insignificant, not in control, right? And we do have to work towards reprogramming that, kind of like I mentioned earlier, that our mind, our subconscious is a program, and we have to reprogram it. But we can. It just is going to take some discipline. So if you really want change, you will discipline yourself. Every time someone says, how can I discipline myself? I always give up. That's on you, okay? Only you can make yourself do what you need to do. If you want it bad enough, if you want change bad enough, you will do what you have to do. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And tell me how much you love my backdrop. And we out.